Thank you. Have a good class, you guys.
Thank you. Before we get started, I just wanted to reach out to everyone. If you had any questions for me from the previous videos that you may have seen already, and perhaps maybe anything that you'd like to see that hasn't been shown in terms of the class. So I'll give a minute in case you have any questions or concerns. And also, I want to make sure you can hear me as well, too. Okay, so we can go ahead and get started. We'll do a little bit of a warm-up, and Jessica's going to demonstrate by doing, it's similar to the spinal roll down, but we're just mainly doing everything above the pelvis. So you'll start by flexing your chin down, the head comes down, and bending through your upper back, your mid back, lower back, and into the pelvis, where your weight is behind near your tailbone. And then you'll reverse by lifting the tailbone out, extending through the lower back, then the mid back, upper back, and then head. So we'll do a couple of those. Now, if in case you're having any lower back pain, or excuse me, any neck pain, you can also just start the motion from your upper and mid back instead of moving the head. So you can be here, your head is straight, and you're just moving the upper and mid back into this position, and then moving your pelvis out, and then extending through the lower back, mid back, and upper back. I'll just show a side view of Jessica as well. Starting from the head, upper back, mid back, lower back, pelvis, and then reversing the tailbone out, extending through the lower back, mid back, upper back, and then the head comes back. We'll slowly go through a couple more repetitions. Just getting the spine warmed up. And maybe as you're doing this, you can kind of find how you're breathing or not breathing, but just allowing yourself to breathe in one direction, whether it's inhaling and then exhaling coming up. Inhaling down. And then exhaling up. Good. So now we'll move on to a stretch for the mid back. I'll have you bring your hands at shoulder height, and you'll interlace your hands together, facing your palms out towards the front of the room, and then raising your arms above your head. And as you're raising your arms above your head, you're lengthening through your spine and not overarching the back. And with every breath, maybe you'll inhale, grow longer, and then exhale, maintain that length. Inhale, exhale. Let's do 2 more breaths. Inhale, if you can become longer. Exhale, and maintain the stretch. And 1 more, inhale. And exhale, release the interlace of your hands and bring your arms out of the position. So now we'll go ahead and do a side stretch. So you can place your left hand on your left lap, raising your right arm up. And you will slowly lean your trunk and head to the left. You can keep your gaze forward, or you can also turn your head and look up towards your arm or hand if it's comfortable on your neck. Breathing in and out. And then you can exhale your arm down. And you'll now bring your right hand on your right lap, raising your left arm up. Good. And you'll inhale as you reach out to the right. And just breathing here, holding that position. You can turn your head if you want to look at your arm or hand where it's comfortable on the neck. And breathing steadily. And then exhale and relax the hand down. All right, so we'll now bring the hands in front of your chest level in a prayer position, bringing up the hands up towards the ceiling, and then fingertip to fingertip, face the palms up towards the ceiling. Good, and then keeping the wrist back as you slowly exhale and bring the arms back down. So we'll do a few reps here, starting from the chest, raising your arms up, facing the palms up towards the ceiling, bringing the arms out with the wrists back where it's comfortable for you, and then bringing it back. Inhale as you come up, and exhale as you come down. Let's do 3 more. Good. 2 more. And 1 more. All right, so now you'll bring your left hand on the outside of your your right knee. And bring, if you have an armrest or just a seat, you can bring the right hand as far back as is comfortable on the shoulder. And you'll inhale as you turn your trunk to the right. And you can turn your head where it's most comfortable for you so you're not straining the neck, and exhale as you maintain the length through your trunk. So inhale, grow longer. Exhale, maybe turn a little bit more if you're comfortable in the spine and neck. And you'll just hold that rotation for that nice stretch in the spine. Good, and then we'll relax back. So this time, the right hand will be on the outside of your left knee, bringing your left hand either on the armrest or the seat of the chair, maintaining the openness of your chest. Inhale as you rotate the trunk and turn left. Exhale, relax the shoulder in case the left shoulder elevated. And then inhale, grow longer through the spine. And exhale, maybe twist a little bit more without feeling any strain on the spine or the neck. And then breathe steadily as you maintain the twist. Good, and then you can go ahead and relax back to center. Good. So now let's get the hips warmed up. So we'll practice standing up. So feet will be parallel. Toes will be facing forward, and your feet will be about hip width apart. You're going to go ahead and lean forward from your waist. Good, and when you feel the weight in your feet, go ahead and stand up. Good. And then as you come down, you bring your bottom back. And then you'll have a seat. Good. Let's continue on. Hinging from the hips and then standing. Good. And the hips come back. Perfect. Let's do 4 more. Two more. And 1 more. So we'll remain standing now, and you can use the back of the chair for support. Down on this end. And we'll go into shifting the weight over to your right foot and leg, and pushing down through that right foot. You're going to lift the left foot off the ground, and the leg will be straight as it will come out to this side. So you're going to bring the leg out to this side. It may go slightly back as well. And as you're bringing the leg out to this side, the trunk is straight. It's not leaning to the side. The hips are level. And if you want to challenge your balance more, you are welcome to also not use the chair as much for support. And it will be helpful to engage your abdominals in your abdomen here. To balance better. Let's do 1 more, and then we'll rest. So we'll switch now to shifting the weight over to your left foot, pushing down into the foot, being active in that leg as you lift the right foot off the ground, and that right leg will now come out to the side and slightly back. Hips are level. Trunk is straight. And you can let go or less support from the chair to challenge your balance more. We'll do 1 more. Perfect. So now we'll do shifting the weight back onto your right foot, being active and pressing down through that foot, nice and tall on that leg, lifting now the left foot off the ground, and you're moving it back behind you. And you're moving the leg back just enough that you feel the muscles in your hip activate and not feel any compression in your lower back. The trunk is upright, not leaning to the side. And if you want to challenge your balance more, you can use less support of the chair. And 1 more. So now we'll shift the weight to your left foot, pressing down through that foot, active and long over that leg as you lift the right foot off the ground, bringing it straight back behind you. Lifting it just enough to activate your buttocks muscles, but not compressing the lower back. Nice and tall over your hips and your torso and up to the shoulders. And maybe having a little bit of tension in your tummy if it's not tensed at all. And again, you can let go or use less support of the chair to challenge your balance more. And one more, perfect. Okay. So we'll go back again, shifting the weight to the left foot, press down through the foot, extend through the leg, and be tall over the leg as you lift the right foot again off the ground, and we're gonna go into circles. So let's go clockwise for 5. And then we'll go counterclockwise for 5, maintaining the trunk upright, tensing the abdominals a little bit. Great. So now we'll shift the weight over to the left foot, press down through the foot, extend through the leg, be long and tall, and then lift the right foot up. Go clockwise first. And then counterclockwise. Okay. So if you have a wall that you can put your body up against, and I'll have the chair out of the way for now so you can see the stance that Jessica is in. Your feet will be apart about an arm's width away from each other. So I'll have you go a little bit wider, Jessica, perfect. Okay. And then go ahead and move your right foot out by lifting up the heel and turn it out. Good. And try to get the edge of your outer foot against the wall. Now you can make more space between your legs, a little bit more. Good. Now if in case you don't have the wall, you can also hold on to the back of the chair, and again you can have the stance wide and then lift up the heel to turn the right foot out. I'll show you the other foot just so you can see. You can use the back of the chair as well if in case the wall is not available. And from here, what you'll do, Jessica, is go ahead, you go a little bit wider with your feet there. Good. You're gonna shift the weight to your right foot and bend it just enough that it's over your heel. And so if your balance is not as strong, you can have the chair in front of you so that you can shift your weight to that front foot, your right foot. You can also have your hands on the wall as support. The other option is your arms can be long at shoulder height against the wall for support as you're going in and out of this position. And then now I'll just have you hold the bending of the knee and holding that position. You can challenge your balance in this position. If you have your hands on the chair, you can maybe lift them off or not really hold on to it as strongly. Or if you are where Jessica is, you can have your hands come off the wall and see if you can balance better without the support of the wall. And then let's go ahead and release your hands, and then you can turn your right foot back and then step together. Good. Okay. So let's do the other side. So you're going to go back into that wide stance. This time lift your left heel up and turn your toes out to the side. Good. And then you can go wider. Perfect. And then you can either use the wall for support as you're widening your stance or the chair. Go ahead, and you can also bring your arms up if you want, and then bend the left knee so that it's just over the heel, and go in and out of bending it, getting accustomed to just having that shift. And if you want to challenge yourself more, either rest less on the chair or lift your hands off the chair. Or if your arms are up, you can come off of the wall to challenge yourself more in this position. So let's hold at the end of the bending here for a few seconds. All right, and then we can go ahead and bend, straighten your left knee, and then turn your left toes forward, and then step to the other foot. Perfect, good. Okay, so now we'll do some side stepping. Now you have an option of using the wall as support, so you could be facing the wall if you need the wall, or you could be facing forward. So I'll have Jessica start side stepping to the right first. If you wanted to challenge yourself more, you can have a little bit of a squat when you're side stepping. Good. And when you get to that end, then I'll have you now do a high march. And the high march can be as high as you're able to balance. You can have your wall, your back against the wall if you need that support. You can hold on to the chair if you need more support. And then we'll side step back in the opposite direction with a squat or without a squat. And when you get to the end of that distance, then you can go up onto your toes and down. If you wanted to challenge your balance more, you can go up on both of the toes and then come and shift your weight over to the right foot and come down on that side. And if you want it to be more challenging, you can also come up with both and then shift the weight to the right foot and let go of the left foot and come down. But know that you can purely just lift the heels up and down too as one option. Just in case you may have done the shift of the weight to one side and coming down on one side, let's do the other side. So you'll come up with both, shift the weight to the left now, and then come down on the left. So up with both, shift the weight to the left foot, and then down on the left, okay? Let's do 5 more. Okay, so now we'll do the grapevine. So I'll have Jessica come out with her right foot. Actually, yeah, and then go ahead and bring the left foot over and then bring it out, the right foot out. Good, left foot over, under, and then right foot out. Left foot over, right foot out. Left foot behind, and then right foot out. So let's go back. So left foot out, and right foot over, left foot out, right foot behind, left foot out, left foot over, right foot out. Let's do it one more time, so because that's a little bit confusing. Okay, so let's bring the left foot over, right foot out, left foot under, right foot out, left foot over, right foot out, left foot under, right foot out. And let's go back again. So left foot out and right foot over, left foot out, right foot under, left foot out, right foot over, and left foot out. Good. All right, so now we'll face turning this way, and then we're gonna march forward so that you have the wall on your side just in case you need it. But you'll be lifting the last foot that's on the ground on the count of 3. So you'll be Marching 1, 2, 3, and lift the foot up. Hold for 3 seconds. Let's start that. So 1, 2, 3, lift up the foot, hold. You can use the wall for support if you need it for 3 seconds. March again. 1, 2, 3, hold for 3 seconds. Again, we'll turn around. 1, 2, 3, lift up and hold. 2, 3, and then rest. 1, 2, 3, and lift and hold. And we'll go one more round. So we'll turn around. Good. So 1, 2, 3, and hold. Good. And 1, 2, 3, and hold. Good. And we'll rest there. Okay. So now we'll go ahead and you can use the back of a chair for this one. And you're going to bring your, if you're able to have a wall behind you, you can bring the sole of your foot on the back of the wall. So depending upon your flexibility, let's see, have Jessica demonstrate first a low version. So you can rest on the wall there, or if you're really flexible, you'll probably have to move your chair forward so that you can bring your leg up higher and reach the wall there. Yeah, there we go. Okay. So now you can challenge yourself if you want to by just letting go of the chair, or you can just lessen the pressure of how much you're putting on the chair. And then go ahead and release, and we'll go to the other side. So you'll lift up the left leg, putting the sole of the foot back towards the wall. Good. And as you're challenging yourself to use less support of your hands, you can tense the abdominal area a little bit to help you to balance on the standing leg. And then you'll come down. Good. All right, so now we will go ahead and go into the corner of the room. And let's stand with your right foot in front of your left. Now, if that's too difficult for you, you can always have the right foot slightly out from the left. Yeah. And so now we'll just kind of balance here for about 30 seconds. Your gaze will be forward. The sides of the wall are there in case you lose your balance. All right, and then we'll release. Now let's bring your left foot in front of your right foot, or in the modified version, and we'll hold that for about 30 seconds. Good, so now we'll release from that position and let's return to the right foot in front of the left. Let's add some head turns. So once you're in position and you feel balanced, slowly bring your head to the right, turning it. Use the wall as needed if you lose your balance. We'll come back to center with the head, and then slowly, when you're ready, turn your head to the right. Excuse me, the left, thank you. And hold for 5 seconds. And then come back to center. Okay, so now we'll bring the left foot in front of the right foot. When you feel balanced, turn your head to your right for 5 seconds. And then back to center. And then slowly to the left for 5 seconds. And back to center. Okay, so now we will end with the single leg position. You can be against the wall or you can hold the back of the chair. So I'll have Jessica go onto the wall and I'll be performing the chair version. So you can bring your left foot up. Good, and then if you want, you can put the sole of your foot in your inner thigh. If you don't have the flexibility, you can go on the inner part of your knee. Just make sure that you are really engaged in the standing leg and you're not just hanging out and pressing on the inner knee. Or you can be at the level of your ankle. Okay. Now you can use a wall as support or the chair. And if you want to be more challenged, you can bring your hands either on your hips or at the chest. You can have one hand on the chair or one hand on the chest. If you have the wall and you want more challenge, you can have your arms up on the wall. Let's hold that for a few seconds here. Good, and then we'll switch to the other side. So this time you'll bring your right foot up. And then if you want, you can put it on the inner thigh or the knee, ankle. You can have your hands on the waist, at the chest, or one hand on the chest and one hand on support. You can have it above you, against the wall. And if you really want to be challenged, you can have the support of the wall as your arms are up and you can look slightly up. All right, and we'll hold that for a few more seconds. And then we'll slowly release. Thank you for joining us today, and I look forward to seeing you next week. Have a great rest of the week and weekend.